Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome back to our biology class. In today's lecture, we will study the dark reaction also known as the Calvin cycle. This is the second major stage of photosynthesis and is very important because it is the stage where glucose is actually produced. Let's begin. First of all, the dark reaction is called the light independent reaction. This doesn't mean it only occurs at night. Instead, it means that this reaction does not require light directly. However, it depends on ATP and NADPH that were produced during the light reaction. Therefore, if the light reaction doesn't occur, the Calvin cycle cannot continue for long. The Calvin cycle takes place in the stroma of the chloroplast, which is the fluid-filled region surrounding the thylakoid membranes. This cycle was discovered by the American scientist Melvin Calvin, which is why it is known as the Calvin cycle. Now let's move to the three main phases of the Calvin cycle. Phase 1, carbon fixation. The first phase is called carbon fixation. In this step, three molecules of carbon dioxide enter the cycle. These carbon dioxide molecules combine with a 5 carbon compound called ribulose 1,5 bisphosphate or RUBP. This reaction is catalyzed by a very important enzyme called Rubisco, which is considered the most abundant enzyme on earth. This is very important MCQ also. When carbon dioxide combine with RUBP, an unstable 6 carbon compound is formed. Because it is unstable, it immediately splits into two molecules of 3-phosphoglycerate 3-PGA. Since 3 carbon dioxide molecules enter the cycle, a total of 6 molecules of 3-phosphoglycerate are produced. Phase 2, reduction. The second phase is called reduction. Here the 6 molecules of 3-PGA are converted into a higher energy compound. First, ATP provides energy, converting 3-PGA into 1,3-bis-phosphoglycerate. Then NADPH donates hydrogen and high energy electrons, reducing this compound to form glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate, commonly called G3P. At the end of this phase, 6 molecules of G3P are formed. Out of these 6 molecules, only one G3P leaves the cycle. This molecule is used later to produce glucose and other carbohydrates. The remaining 5 G3P molecules stay inside the cycle for the next phase. Phase 3, regeneration of RUBP. The third and final phase is called regeneration of RUBP. The remaining 5 G3P molecules are rearranged using additional ATP. This process regenerates 3 molecules of RUBP, the original 5 carbon compound. Once RUBP is regenerated, it is ready to combine with new carbon dioxide molecules and the Calvin cycle start again. Now let's understand the overall requirements for producing one molecule of glucose. The Calvin cycle must run 6 times. It requires 6 molecules of carbon dioxide, 18 molecules of ATP, 12 molecules of NADPH. As a result, it produces 1 molecule of glucose C6H12O6. ADP and NADP plus, which return to the light reaction to be reused. Importance of the Calvin cycle. Now let's discuss why this cycle is so important. First, it converts inorganic carbon dioxide into organic food molecules. Second, it produces glucose, which is the main source of energy for plants. Third, glucose is used to make starch, cellulose, proteins, fats, and many other organic compounds. Finally, since plants are the primary producers, the Calvin cycle forms the foundation of almost every food chain on earth. Without this cycle, plant couldn't prepare food and life on earth would not survive. That's all. Now let's quickly revise today's lecture. The dark reaction is also called the Calvin cycle. It occurs in the stroma of the chloroplast. It does not require light directly, but it uses ATP and NADPH from the light reaction. The cycle has three phases. First, carbon fixation. Second, reduction. Third, regeneration of RUBP. Rubisco is the key enzyme. For one glucose molecule, the cycle needs 6 carbon dioxide, 18 ATP, and 12 NADPH. The final product is glucose, which provides energy and supports life on Earth. Thank you for watching this lecture. If you found it helpful, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your classmates. Allah Hafiz, and see you in the next biology lecture.